Alright, so let's get started by creating a new job. So in here we want to say PHP artisan, make job, and let's call this encode video. And inside encode video, we are going to make sure that we have a couple of things set up. So first and foremost, this is quite a heavy queue. It's going to take some time to run, especially the longer the video. So we're going to set timeout to 0. We're going to make sure inside our horizon, the PHP, that we also have some settings here. So inside horizon, the PHP, what you want to make sure that is that you have a timeout inside here. And we want to set that to maybe like 600. So with that sorted, let's go ahead and see what we want in. We want to require a video being passed through. So what we can do now is we can essentially go ahead into our encode video, and we want to define a set of qualities. And in here we want to have 360 with a bit rate of 800. We want to have 720 with a bit rate of 2500. 1080p with a bit rate of 5000. And 2160 as well. And then we want to grab a media using the FFMPeg from the Laravel Proton Media FFMPeg. We want to get from disk public. We want to open the original file path. We then want to specify video dimensions, which we get from the stream, the video stream. Then we want to iterate through qualities as quality with the specs in here. And in here we want to say if video dimensions get width is greater than or equal to specs width and video dimensions get height is greater than or equal to specs, and let's just make sure we have that there, height, then in that case we want to go ahead in here and say format equals to new, and we just want to get the x26 4 with the AAC libx264 and set the bit rate here. And then we want to export this. We just want to say media export, and then here we just want to say in disk or to disk, sorry, public, and let's make sure we put this onto a new line, and we want to say in format. We want to specify a filter here to resize it. In here we want to have a function where we have the video filters imported. With the filters, use specs, and in here we just want to say filters.resize. And then outside of that, what we also want to make sure we do is inside here we want to have the file name as an str random. Let's make sure you import that with a length of 10, or actually 16, sorry. Quality MP4. Then export save inside exports, and we actually don't need that dash there. Then we just want to say the file name And then inside video, formats create, we want to have to name the file path. And that's basically everything for this. This is quite a mouthful to go through. So what we're doing is basically just iterating over each quality up to 4K. And we're then getting the dimensions and setting the bitrate, resizing the video to the different qualities, and we're then storing it into video formats models. We want to go back into video format. We want to make sure we have protected fillable set. And we want to just go back into create video formats table. In here we want to have quality, file path, and video ID. And in here we also want to specify the quality. And we're going to just specify this as quality. And yeah, that's basically everything for this. So the only other thing we need to do now is just making sure inside handle success is that we do encode video dispatch with the video in there. We then want to make sure you run PHP Artisan Horizon and go back in here. We want to then run this, put a video through, and then when it's uploaded, what we will see is this queue being dispatched in here. Assuming we did everything correctly. So now it's running and it's failed. Okay, so let's look at what we forgot to do here. So what you can do is you can go inside the logs, laravel.log, and if we head all the way back here down to the bottom of it, we're getting this error in here. So let's just double check what we've done wrong. So we're using the correct format, just making sure that we're using the correct imports, and I haven't imported the wrong file. I've just updated the imports with the original code. And let's check as well, what else do we need to double check? Let's try to head back in and see if we can fix it now. And we also need to restart the job because it catches it. So this one may definitely fail. Let's try again. Okay, so it's still failing. Ah, alright, so I think it's looking in the, we basically not giving it the right folder to look for. So let's just double check here. I think we need to say this is inside this called public. And if we just restart the queue, let's try again. I'm just going to delete the log because it's getting quite long, just to make sure we can read it easier next time. It's taking a bit longer this time, so that's a really good sign. It does take a while to export each individual one, so what we should see at some point in here is in the public folder we should see some data if it's working correctly. So I'm just going to come back when this is run and let's take a look at it. All right, so it's definitely worked so far. We've already exported to 364. And now it's failed, and that may be because of a timeout issue. Yeah, so we're having a timeout issue because it's quite a long video. So it is working. What we just need to fix now is basically just inside Horizon. Just make sure we set the timeout to maybe, let's say, 2000 and tries to bit more as well. So what I set it to personally was around that, and I would say again it can take some time to process, especially the larger the video, because we're exporting it into various different qualities. So let's go ahead and restart the queue and try again. I'm not gonna go ahead and wait this time, but I'll just show you what I mean. Like if we find a very low quality file, or like for example this is 102 megabytes, whereas the other one was actually it was lower. I think that one we used. But if we just choose a very small file size, so let's say date and sort by size, and this is one of the largest video files we have. So what if we go back in here and then look at this one is very small. So let's take that one just for the sake of the speed. We're now going through that, and there you go. So that's all for this video. I'm gonna come back for another video where we're gonna go a bit more into detail with the processing of the videos. Thank you very much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.